Uh, things. Hopefully things work because honestly I don't even know. But I'll figure it out when I get to it. Anyway, so I'm back, and this is the post stuff I'm gonna be talking about. So you see this ship over here, the Going Merry, that was on its last legs. So yeah, after they get back, so the Merry carries them all the way to Water 7 as like a last hoorah of like, you guys have a bigger and wider adventure that you need to go on, and sadly it doesn't involve me. So I want to do one last thing as like a send off to you guys for carrying me so far. I'm the ship that went to the sky. I'll forever love you guys. Peace. And that's it. That was the last thing that the Mary could do, because the Mary was very well alive and it was a member of the crew, so it's just crazy that she had to go. It sucks, like honestly, it really does suck because it's just a ship. But look at it, it's so cute. It's a lamb. But what's it called? It sucks that it had to go, but it was on its last legs. So you wanna make it suffer and keeping it alive. But yeah, what's it called? The Mary, once they got back to Water 7, they gave it a send off. They burnt it to the ground in the ocean, and it was hard to watch, man. Like even after so many years of like, oh, I know this is gonna happen. It's still so hard to watch. Like just seeing everybody like, oh, all right, we're gonna send her off with a smile, a brave face, and then you see Luffy start crying, and then everybody starts crying. Like I don't remember. I don't think I don't think Zoro cried, but he was definitely like he was going through it. I think Sanji started crying if I remember right. Let me see. Mary. I know. Yeah, Luffy started crying. Got to turn this on because of copyright. Yep, Sanji starts smoking a cigarette. Zoro isn't crying, but Usopp, yeah, he starts crying. I remember this. Yep. Nami's crying for sure because they're just emotional. Chopper's definitely crying. Like it's seeing Luffy cry is definitely like it shows how important this person is to them. Like even Robin's tearing up, Frankie's crying, Kokoro and her grandchild are crying. It's just like it hurts, man. It really hurts. I, ooh, ooh, I can't watch that, man. Cause I might start crying too. Like it really hurts. It's a boat, man. It's a boat in an anime. Like it's not real, but it hurts so much because it felt like a character. It's such a good moment. It's so sad. It hits on all cylinders, man. It really hits. Like, and if you didn't cry during the boat scene, it's just like either you didn't really care for the Mary or just like you're just not that emotional. But you at least felt something, like so it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. So after that, the Mary's gone. They have to get a new ship. I'm legit like I'm choking up just watching the scene. Man, it hurts so much, bro. It hurts so much. I but yeah. So they have to get a new ship. A couple days pass, and what's it called? Zoro mentions the Usopp situation, right? Because it's really important. How what are we gonna do about him? Obviously, everybody wants him to come back, but he disobeyed the captain. That's unforgivable. And Luffy is completely fine with him coming back, but Zoro brings up a good point. Insubordination, or yeah, insubordination can't be tolerated. If you're not here and you're not 100% down with the captain, why are you here? Obviously, it's understandable why Usopp didn't agree with the situation because Kaya gave him that ship, but like circumstances aside, he has to apologize. Usopp has to apologize to Luffy as like a not even like a oh like you hurt his feelings, but like as a what's it called? As a member of the crew to the captain, y this can't happen again. And if it does happen again, then you're not gonna stay here. So he brings up a good point, and everybody agrees, even though like Nami, Sanji, even Robin and Frankie were just like, yo, or well, Robin was just like, yo, Usopp, we need him back. And so basically, they decided that if Usopp doesn't apologize on the day that they leave, they're leaving him behind. And so that's the timer that they set up. But anyways, on to some other things that happen. A character shows up, right? A character who is related to Luffy shows up, and he's a Navy Vice Admiral. His name is Garp, and he's a member of the old generation with like Gold Roger, Whitebeard, I forgot his name, Kaido, um, Big Mom, all of them. Like he's a part of that generation, but instead of as a pirate, he's a Navy Admiral or Vice Admiral. And there's a reason why he's not an admiral for a reason. It's not because he's trash either. It's legit. Like, there's a reason why. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna spoil for it. But yeah. So Garp shows up, Luffy's grandfather, and he's lit. He's also Ace's grandfather, which we'll also get to that. But yeah, Garp, great character. He's awesome. He's basically Luffy's. He's the one that raised Luffy somewhat. But we'll get into that later when we get to flashbacks. But he basically helped raise Luffy, because Dragon didn't raise Luffy. And what's it called? Garp comes over to Luffy and he's like, "Yo, what's going on, grandson? You're trash. Why aren't you a Navy Admiral?" And then he's like, "I want to be a grandpa, or I want to be I want to be a pirate, grandpa." And he's like, "No, you don't." And then you start boxing, and then two characters that we've seen way back from the past show up again. It's Kobe and Helmeppo from the very, very early parts of One Piece, when we first met Zoro, and when we met Alvida and Kobe on that ship, like the very first episode of One Piece, right? They show back up, and Kobe's older. He's stronger. He's saucy. Like he's just cool. He's getting his rounds in the Navy. He's becoming a powerful dude. And what's it called? Obviously, like Luffy's a pirate, so he can't blatantly say like, "Oh, he's my friend." But because Garp has so much sway and influence in the Navy, because of how strong he was and how strong he is, he can let it slide, you know, and because Garp is his grandfather, so like that's common knowledge. Garp is known for being his grandfather. But anyways, what's it called? They come over. Luffy, Kobe, and Helmeppo have a touching moment because Luffy and Zoro are the only ones that know them. Not even Nami was there when, what's it called? Was she? No, she wasn't. Nami wasn't there when they first met. Kobe and Helmeppo. It was just Zoro and Luffy. So it's such a cool moment seeing them come back up, seeing them stronger, seeing them with Garp of all people. Like it's a really cool moment. It's a really cool moment. But yeah, Garp has to leave because, you know, marine business and all that. Kobe and Helmeppo, it was nice seeing them, but they have to leave as well. And yeah, they basically depart. And now it's about finding a new ship. So, last day of them staying on the island comes, and Frankie gives them the Straw Hats a new ship, the Thousand Sunny. And you see, I would build that ship, but it is a lot. It is big. It is really big. Like, it's gonna take a lot of time, and that's a lot of commitment that I have to like subject myself to. It is a huge, and I mean huge undertaking. So if I ever do it, just know it is for this channel, or not for this channel, for the series, and it's gonna be a really huge undertaking. And it's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna be great though if I do it. So, anyways, yeah, they give him the Thousand Sunny. And honestly, it's just great. Like the ship is amazing, and Luffy's like, "Nah, it ain't over, big dog. It ain't over. You're coming with us." I'm gonna rob you of your underwear if you don't come. And he's, huh? And then Luffy steals Franky's underwear, and they bring him around this big chase around town. And like everyone in the town is just like, yeah, do it, do it. They're helping them. They're helping them bring Franky over to the Thousand Sunny so that he can get on board. And they do. They make him confess. Robin squishes his balls for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. Um, and yeah, Franky joins the crew as the shipwright. So Usopp doesn't need to be a shipwright anymore. He can do whatever he needs. And they depart. They bid farewell to Iceberg, Kokoro. Kokoro, honestly, like, she's one of my favorite characters from that part of what's it called? From Enies Lobby. She's honestly really funny. I like her more than Iceberg, but Tom, he's the best part in the flashback besides like Robin's flashback. But anyways, yeah. So they depart. They bid farewell to all of them. The Franky family didn't obviously couldn't come, so they have a really sour, like teary-eyed farewell to Franky. Franky's 32, by the way. I forgot to mention that. While Robin's 28. Like they're definitely the older members in the group, and so they bid farewell to them. And now all that's left is for Usopp to come by, and Garp shows back up again with the smoke because this time he's on Navy business, so he can't let Luffy get out because you know he's a vice admiral. He can't do that. So he has to capture him, and he's having fun with it. But if his grandson gets captured, it means that he wasn't built to be a pirate. So it's a test basically. So he's going with everything that he can, and everybody's waiting, like except Zoro, who knows like this is Usopp's last chance. Everybody's waiting with bated breath, like is Usopp gonna do it? And Usopp shows up, but he's not apologizing. He's just being Usopp, like the personality type. And so he's just doing that, but they're not accepting him. Zoro's like they're making sure that they don't accept him until he apologizes. And Usopp noticing this, he breaks down crying, and then he lets his true emotions show. He's deeply sorry. Like he wants to come back. He wants to join because these people are basically his family. They're really important to him. And if he wouldn't know what he would do if they weren't here with him, or if he wasn't there with them. So he apologizes. And one of the funniest and saddest scenes, but also really happy and cheerful, is Luffy turning back around, extending his rubber arm to Usopp, and then bringing him in, and then all you see is Luffy literally bawling his eyes out, literally crying like crazy. It was so funny because that face is so like it encapsulates how much Usopp means to the crew. You know, like Usopp is like one of Luffy's best friends. Excuse me. So having him leave after that such an ugly fight, and then like having him come back, it's just it was really important, man. Like it gets me teary-eyed just thinking about it. And I know if I watch the video, I'm gonna cry. And it's just, it was such a good moment. Zoro's smiling, knowing like Usopp, he's a better man. He knew that Usopp was a better man, and just to let things end like that, so he's happy about that. Nami's crying, Chopper's crying like Luffy is. Robin's happy. Sanji smoking a cigarette. It's just it's such a good moment. Everybody's happy. It's great. It's fantastic, bro. And they leave. They leave Water 7 after that emotional roller coaster of a ride. With Water 7, with Enies Lobby behind them, with war declared on the government, the Enies Lobby saga comes to a close. My gosh. I don't even have to say it. You guys already heard how I felt about everything. Like, I loved it. This arc, before I saw everything in the post time skip, was my favorite arc for a reason. Like, besides like Marineford and Impel Down. It's so good. Like, it's legit just so good. Water 7, like, when I first watched it, I really enjoyed it, but now it's like it kind of fell off for me. It's not as good as what it used to be, or at least to me, it fell off for me. again, like this is all my opinion, but any zombie carried. Like it hit again. Like I can't stress this enough. It hit on all cylinders. Every cylinder it hit. Like the only thing that like kind of like miffed me a little bit was like the beginning because it still had like that Water 7 type feel to me. But that was more like just me being like kind of nitpicking. So it's just it hit, bro. Like it legit just hit. Wasn't it supposed to be black? I don't remember. But yeah. Um, it's just mad good. Bro. Like that's legit all I can say. Water 7. I give it like a 6 out of 10 at its worst, an 8 out of 10 at its best. And Zombie, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's legit just that good. Like that's all I can say about it. It hits, bro. It hits. And if you ever want to see an arc in One Piece that's just like, oh, why do people like the show? That's one of them. The others are Dressrosa, Wano, Whole Cake Island, um, Marineford, Impel Down, and Alabasta. Those are the other arcs that just go crazy. But anyways, that's Annie Zombie and Marineford, or not Marineford, excuse me, Water 7. That's that saga done. And next time I do these videos, or the next video, it's gonna be Thriller Bark. And man, I'll talk about that when I talk about that. Just know it's interesting. But anyways, yeah, that'll be all for now. I'll check y'all out. It's been real. It's been fun. It did. This is great. Hopefully I can come back more consistently. I can do more. Now that everything I need to do was done. I'm not as busy. Everything is lit. Next time, Thriller Bark. Forever. Like Anthony Fantano type outro. I'll check y'all out. Peace.